What's crack-a-lackin'? Welcome in to My Mind is a Weapon Fantasy Football Show.
Welcome into episode 52, everybody. I am your host, SleezBall. Today's episode, or tonight, since I've been cranking out video, the episode is going to be the top 10 kickers and defenses for you to pick up off the wire and play in week 3 for some of them. Some of them aren't on the wire, obviously. Before we dive into it, guys, make sure you hit that thumbs up like button, hit that bell, hit that subscription button, turn the noties on so you know when I'm live. I will be live all week with different shows, live before every game, 2 hours going over start sits, helping with you guys in there. The turnout for week 2 start sit show was absolutely amazing. I can't thank you guys enough. And if you guys want to check out my tight end, wide receiver, running backs, quarterbacks, I got all the videos out today. My goal is to get everything out before the Thursday kickoff to you guys. So tomorrow I will crank out all my stardom sit-ins for every single team. Those take forever. But again, guys, thank you for all the support. Spotify, Apple, all the listeners over there is amazing as well. I can't thank you guys enough. The journey has been awesome. And let's dive into kickers and defenses here, guys. All right, guys, so here is my board for defense and kickers for week 3 here. Now, I'm not going to be using the baller tier, so X that out. I'll be using tier 1 and tier 2 purely for the kickers, and then tier 4 and tier 5 just for the top 10 defenses, so you won't see tier 3 or the baller tier used at all. Down below, you're going to see my kickers from last week that I've moved out of my top 10 rankings this week, and defenses that were from week 1 and 2 that are still there. I'm just leaving the icons there. These mean nothing in the video. So what I look for in kickers heading into the week, guys, is obviously the top offenses. Obviously, I could go right here and just drop them right now. I mean, this should be an instant 1 and 2 here, right? So before I even, break down what I'm going to do here with the kickers, let's just talk about these first two. Brandon Aubrey and Kai Fairbairn are absolute fantasy football weapons, guys. These are guys you should be trading for right now. So if I told you that Brandon Aubrey and Kai Fairbairn, both as kickers, have more points than CJ Stroud and Patrick Mahomes, would you believe me? They do. These guys are hitting bombs from everywhere. But these are just the go-to kickers that you want no matter what. But when I'm looking for kickers, like I said, I'm looking for offenses, and I'm looking for matchups that are grunge matchups where the defenses are great. And you're going to see a lot of running and a lot of kicking in these games. Now, 2 of the kickers that I didn't put on the list that I think can be good kickers as well. So take this to note if you don't, if some of the guys that I'm going to talk about here aren't available. Chris Boswell and Cameron Dicker could be a grunge fest run game between the Steelers and Chargers because they both like to pound the run. Could be a lot of kicking in that game. But heading to my number 3 kicker, it is going to be Harrison Butker, Sunday Night Football, the Atlanta Falcons. And you saw it with the Eagles, man. The Atlanta Falcons, they get tough in the red zone. They have a great secondary. They're good up front. Judon's going to use the system. And the Chiefs can move the ball very well. And this could be a game where Harrison Butker and Young Ho Koo have a lot of kicks in this game. But I like the Butker side more than I like the Koo side this week. My number 4 kicker this week is going to be Justin Tucker at the Dallas Cowboys. And you just saw what Blake Group did. I mean, they just scored all over him. So, again, high-powered offense here. A defense just got shattered. Justin Tucker is one of the greatest kickers of all time. He should always be in the top 10. Number 5 is going to be Jake Moody. And the LA Rams are decimated. 4 offensive linemen down. Defense is beat up. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua out. This should be a reigning. I know that there's Debo and CMC out on the 49ers side as well. But there's still more weapons on the Niners side. This should be a smash Jake Moody game again. He had a monster week 1 that won fantasy weeks. So I like Jake Moody as my kicker 5 here this week. Number 6 is going to be Daniel Carlson. Now, why do I like Daniel Carlson so much? Is because they're playing the Carolina Panthers. And the Carolina Panthers give up everything. Tons of points, rushing yards, defense. They're absolutely terrible. Carlson should have a very, very good day here as a kicker against the Carolina Panthers. And he's probably on most wires. And you should be snagging this guy up for matchup play right here this week. Number 7 is going to be Dustin Hopkins, who just had a big day last week against the Jags. He just had a 13-point day. Now Cleveland gets who this week? They get the New York Giants. The Commanders just kicked 6 field goals against the New York Giants last week. Obviously, the Commanders' offense and defense is not as good as the Browns. This should be a 100% smash play again here for Dustin Hopkins, and he's on a lot of wires. Number 8 kicker is going to be Evan McPherson, and they get the Commanders, the Washington Commanders. The Giants and Commanders just battled back and forth, field goal game the whole way. The Bengals are better. They should be kicking the ball a ton here. Money Mac is a great kicker. I wouldn't say he's on your wires, so he's just in my top 10 here. I would say that Daniel Carlson and Dustin Hopkins are on your wires. Number 9 kicker is going to be Tyler Bass here. Gets the Jacksonville Jaguars on Monday, and like I just said, Dustin Hopkins just rained field goals on the Jags. Their defense has gotten stingier than I thought. I thought they were a lot weaker coming into the season. They shut down Miami with Tua and everybody there. It was very impressive, and they played well against Cleveland. Their offense just didn't, but Cleveland's defense is amazing. So this could be another opportunity here for Tyler Bass to bang in a bunch of kicks this week. Number 10 is going to be Jake Elliott. And this one, I struggled with here. I was either going between him or Jake Bates on this one. I went with Jake Elliott. And I went with him because the Saints game, you may need to score tons of points to keep up with the Saints. Like, I thought week 1 was okay. They played the Panthers, right? And they scored 40 points, and it was the Panthers that were terrible. Dude, they came out and they shattered the Cowboys, too. So now I'm thinking that the Saints offense is for real, and you're going to have to score points to keep up. And they're out A.J. Brown, and they're not going to be skipping a field goal like they did that cost them the game on Monday Night Football. If you saw that, it was 4th and 4 at the 10. They went for it, cost them the game. They would have won the game. So they're going to be kicking now. I'm positive. They just had their, Dan Campbell moment already in week 2. So head into the defensive side. And what I look for in defenses is injured QBs and terrible offenses, right? Number 1 defense is 100% the Cleveland Browns. They're going to absolutely shatter Danny Dimes. This is going to be the ugliest game you've seen from Danny Dimes, and the Giants fans are going to be booing and calling for Tommy DeVito by the end of the second quarter. Now, this is the team you want to focus on every week, guys. On your waiver wire tonight, Tampa Bay should be your target. The Denver Broncos offense is the worst in the league. It's worse than the Giants. It's terrible. I was trying to tell you guys this all year. Don't draft any Broncos. Tampa Bay gets them at home. Absolute smash play waiver wire pickup right here. I wouldn't waste like crazy fab on it, but if you're in like spot 7 or 8 on the waiver wire, I'm not mad at it because you lose 4 spots and you get a smash defense that can help you win a week. Number 3, the San Francisco 49ers. The Rams are depleted, guys. Like I said earlier in the video, they're down everybody. They're down Cooper Kupp. They're down Puka Nacua. They got Kyren back there by himself. No linemen. 4 linemen out. The defense is beat to shit. It's going to be ugly here, guys, for the Rams. I don't care if CMC and Ayuk are out. The 49ers should roll this game. And the defense should they should just be all over Stafford. I'll be surprised if Stafford makes that alive in this game. Number 4 for the New York Jets. They get the New England Patriots. And like I said, I like to target offenses that aren't that good. The Patriots offense is not that good, guys. The Patriots have had a soft schedule to start. It is about to get brutal for them. Now the Jets get to roll in. They got their win. They're getting back healthy. Hopefully they get CJ Mosley back out there. He got hurt last week. And they need to get Hassan out there, man. They need to get him signed. This holdout is crazy. And then this defense will be locked and loaded. But anytime I'm playing the Patriots, I love starting the defense as well. Number 5 defense on the week is going to be the Seattle Seahawks. Mike McDonald coming over from Baltimore, defensive coordinator, bringing in a whole new style here. Seattle, they're 2-0. They're rocking. They're fired up. The offense looked amazing. But they've also played a soft schedule as well. And they get another soft schedule game here. And like I said, what I look for in defenses is hurt quarterbacks. Tua just went down. So now Skylar Thompson is coming into the 12th man where it's going to be rocking. He's going to be lost in the sauce. And this is a great waiver wire defense pickup right here. I'm totally fine streaming the Seattle Seahawks this week, and I'm willing to spend, not spend, but like I said, like a 7 or 8 waiver move here, maybe $1 or $2 fab possibly, but it could help you win a week. Number 6 and 7, we're going to go with the same game here. The Chargers-Steelers game, like I said with the kicker at the beginning, like if you want to look at Chris Boswell and Cameron Dicker, I thought about putting them in the top 10 as well because I think this is going to be a full grunge fest. Just run, pound, run, punt, run, kick, punt, run, kick, punt, run. It's going to be one of the ugliest low-scoring games, and you might see a lot of field goals here, guys. Heading over to the Bears side, this defense is just nasty, guys. It is going to keep Caleb Williams in games all year long. It doesn't matter who they're playing. Caleb could look absolutely terrible, and the game will be close. Why? Because his defense is so damn good. Now, the Bears are going up at Indy this week, and Anthony Richardson has looked terrible. You can probably count on a minimum of 2 picks in this game. He is harder to sack. He's an absolute beast, big boy out there. I know that. But they're going to get after him, man. And it's going to be really, if Anthony Richardson loses this game and the Bears defense just annihilates him, it's going to look really, really rough coming into week 4 here, how to look at Anthony Richardson. Defense number 9 is going to be the Kansas City Chiefs. They're still a top 10 defense, even though they lost Snead in the offseason. They still are out there playing good ball. They're going to get the Atlanta Falcons, who look sluggish. Kirk Cousins caught a little fire at the end, right, to beat the Eagles. But they should have lost that game if they kicked the field goal. But, I mean, Sunday night in Arrowhead, going to be rocking. Kyle Pitts looks like nothing's going on there yet. I mean, they need to find a connection. Drake London got a little connection going. Bijan looks insane. But I still, they just cause turnovers. They just get points. And they get the calls, man. It's just crazy. The Chiefs defense is almost startable weekly and matchup proof just because of that. Number 10, one of my favorite pickups that has probably been dropped to your wire this week is the Houston Texans. Now, Minnesota played good against the Niners. It was a trap game. I've been saying this forever. I can't believe we lost that game. I say we. I'm a Niner fan. There's Niner stuff everywhere in the room. But now they get Minnesota, and Minnesota is going to be in a little bit of trouble here because this front is nasty. Minnesota's line is not that good. And Anderson is going to get after him, man. And Darnold better be getting this ball out quick. And Jettas is banged up right now, too. It looks like he's good to go and going to play. But still, you got to throw that little nod in there. Addison may be out again. Hawkins is still on pup. A lot of weapons missing. This defense could absolutely torch the Minnesota Vikings this week. That is it for my kickers and defense ranking, guys. Episode 52, man. What a long day. Thanks for rocking with me today. If you stayed through all the videos, smash likes, smash subs, any comments you guys have for fantasy football. I got all my rankings out. All my quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, and defense kicker videos are now done. Tomorrow, I will have all my stardom sit-ups from running back, wide receiver, quarterback, tight end, all that as well. All out before the Thursday kickoff. That is my goal, guys. Again, thank you guys for all the support, all the listeners on Apple, Spotify, all the subscriptions on YouTube, comments, and everything. I can't thank you guys enough. Hell of a day, man. If you guys have any questions, again, drop them in there and I'll answer them. But that is it for me today. I will catch you guys tomorrow in the next video. SleezBall out.